What's going on, guys? Mike here with Chit Chat Gaming. So today we're talking about a little bit more about AEW Fight Forever. This is not going to be a complaint list. This is just 10 things I kind of ran into that I thought the game could either have or they could have changed. Again, this is not a complaint list. This is not a top 10 list. It's just 10 things that I have noticed. So in no particular order, let's go ahead and let's just kick off with number one. That's the roster. You know, I get this is an older roster. The game was originally supposed to come out in December of 2020, so I get that. But, you know, wrestlers have been out. They were pretty much outdated for the most part. Some have turned babyface, some have turned heel, some have completely changed their characters all in general. But again, though, there's some people who I think they are missing that's been there from the very beginning that should have been in this game right from the start. We're talking about Evil Uno, who has promoted the hell out of this game, by the way. He should have been there. You know, Alex Reynolds. We have, you know, Tony Storm, Dante Martin, The Acclaimed, QT Marshall, you know, Brody King, Buddy Matthews, Butcher and the Blade, Allie. Just for an example here, some of the other people who I thought should have been in the game from the very beginning. You know, I understand they can add these later on, which they might. Of course, just the whole idea, this whole project is long term, so they may add those in at some point. But again, just people who I thought would probably have been in the game in the very beginning here. Next thing is customization. We all know it's very lackluster. You can't really create anybody, even yourself, for the most part. It's just very, very limited to what you can use and what you can do in this customization. You really can't create any like current stars, any WWE stars. There's just not really a whole lot of customization that's involved, and that includes the arenas. I created a couple of arenas here, the AEW games. Other than the AEW games arena that you can create, you can't really do things like Forbidden Door. They should have given us logos. I mean, if they're not going to give us the arenas right now, give us logos for past events from AEW, whether it's TV or, you know, whether or not it's a pay-per-view or whatever it may be. New Japan Pro Wrestling, you could have done a lot of cool things in there. You know, give us a little bit more. We don't have a community creations, but as far as customization goes, you know, give us just a little bit more. I definitely think that would have been great to have. Next thing here is modes, a big one as well too. There's plenty of modes in there for the most part, but I found myself getting kind of bored going back and playing the same thing over and over again because let's face it, I want to play a tag team hardcore match. I want to do a tag team lights out match. You can't do it. There's only 2v2 matches, you know, 3-way, 4-way. Even in those, you can't do a lights out match. It's just really weird. And I just thought that was really awkward that you just can't do those type of matches. And in the barbed wire death match as well too, it would have been nice to be able to go to the outside. It would have been nice if if you could at least go underneath the ropes and then go to the outside. There would have been like some barbed wire boards out there or something like that, or some, you know, some barbed wire beds out there you can throw each other into, or just be able to go around the arena, or, you know, and still be able to fight on the outside, then go back into the ring like underneath the ropes. Again, just things I thought that could have been cool, because right now you're kind of limited to just being stuck inside the ring with the two, or with the barbed wire boards, and of course like the explosions and such. Really, that's about it though. No cage matches. There's no steel cage match, which I thought was really odd. There's a ladder match, but there's no steel cage match. At least give us a steel cage match. Backstage brawls, that would have been something to add that could have been easy to do. Just, you know, give us a backstage brawl mode as well too. So, I mean, Day of Reckoning had a killer one of those. But again, just small things I wish that could have been into the game as far as modes go. Next thing is attires. Now, why isn't there more attires for each wrestler? I mean, Kenny Omega has like 3 additional ones, and there's some gold ones that you can find sometimes you can't, and of course you can unlock some in the shop. But people like Chris Jericho, you could have had Chris Jericho have, like, you know, the Painmaker. You know, you could have had, you know, the old Lionheart look as well too. Sting could have his, you know, surfer gimmick as well. There's just so many different things that we could have done. I look at WWE No Mercy and I just see how many different attires, you know, each wrestler had, and some even had like their old personas as well too. Again, small things, but things I thought that could definitely make the game better. Next thing is entrances. Yes, I know people are going to be beating me up about this, probably saying, well, it's not that big of a deal. Go look at the old games. I get that. I get it. But longer than like 10 seconds would have been great. Or at least give us the option to have a full entrance. And if we want to, like, it'd be nice to have like a full entrance, but if we want to have a short version, we had the option to turn on short versions. I don't know, just things like that just make it that much better. A lot of people like entrances. I love them. I want to hear the music some more. I just think it would have been great to have longer entrances. Replays, can you turn them off? Can you not turn them off? I have no idea. I hate them. I hate the replays. I've looked all over. Maybe I'm missing it. I really hate them in the barbed wire death match, because every time you throw someone in the barbed wire, you get replays, whether it's the barbed wire boards in the corner, or it's into the ropes, or it's the explosion. Non-stop replays. So can you turn them off? If you can, let me know down below. The death match, again, this is another thing I just touched base on. I made this my own little, basically number 7 item, is death match. Again, just going back to what I said before, be nice to be able to go underneath the ropes, to the outside. More freedom in the arena I had down because I feel like we could be nice because we can break the barricade on the outside and you can break the guardrail down. It'd be nice to be able to just go out in the crowd, even if it's a little bit, be able to go out in the crowd. Things like that, just to, like I said, add to the game. You can go up on the ramp, of course, but it'd be nice to be able to go, like, put someone through a table off the ramp or be able to go down a little bit further on the ramp. It's like you kind of hit that spot where you just stop moving. You really can't do a whole lot. So I like how you can go back to the video board, put your opponent to the video board, but I just think a little bit more freedom would have been great. More unique arenas. I love the customization option, but I feel like we could have had some more different unique arenas as well too. Whether or not it's arenas from like, specials, or whether it's pay-per-views, or like I mentioned earlier, whether it's Ring of Honor. I mean, there's just so many different things that you could have done to add some more arenas. Because really right now, these arenas look copy and pasted for the most part with just different logos. I mean, there's nothing that really defines them that makes it completely different from each other. Again, more unique to the arenas. And my last thing I want to talk about here, and there's plenty of more, guys, and let me know down below if there is, if you have something as well too. We'll get to that in a moment, but no selling. I just don't think the wrestlers stay on the ground long enough. When you knock somebody down, they just don't stay down long enough. Especially when you're getting ready to do your finisher that's on the top rope, they always get up. I just feel like they don't sell. I mean, the more you're beat up, you would sell some more. They do stay down a little bit longer when they get beat up a little bit. Like when their body parts are turning red and so forth, and they're exhausted. But I just feel like it's not long enough. I feel like everybody gets up way too long and no sells. So again, that was my quick list of like 10 things I think that should have been changed or could be changed, or AEW Fight Forever should have had. So like I mentioned, let me know down below here if you guys have anything to add to this list, or maybe I'm wrong on something. Let me know, especially about the replays. Can I turn the damn replays off or not? So again, sound off below here. Make sure you guys like this video if you choose to. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and make sure to turn on that bell notification to be with all things that is Chit Chat Gaming. And as always, guys, happy gaming.